All right, so welcome back from the break. You're still watching Morning Rush. My name is Desi Fading, the star when we're live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana. And we're getting into our first conversation. Of course, the man, he's always here with us, DK Cyber. And we're talking about kids in cybersecurity. I think that's something that, it's interesting that we talk about that because over the years, we'll see on social media, on the internet, what some kids in some other countries are doing, and we are amazed about it. And we're saying, wow, that's crazy. I mean, how come they're able to do this as young as they are? And we're thinking about, oh, okay, so I'm Ghanaian kids. I mean, I say, so what is happening with us and all that? So DK Cyber is here to tell us if it's very difficult for kids to even get into cybersecurity and all of these things, even like right in that sense. So let's get into it. DK, good morning.
Good morning, Senior.
What's in there? You okay?
Yeah, me here.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now, I find it, like as I mentioned, very amusing, and I'm sure all of us, when we see videos, especially from China, from Russia, we're seeing kids who are getting into IT, cybersecurity, doing some amazing stuff. They're like, oh, this is great, but how come we do not have, lots of Ghanaian kids doing all of those things too? In cybersecurity, is it safe for even kids to get into that space?
All right, thank you. Yes, I think now it has got to a point whereby the kids should get involved in a sense that today even the kids live more on these social platforms or live on this cyberspace. There are so many analyses that have proved to us that almost about 70% of kids are now using smartphones and other stuff. So yes, in as much as the adults have been taking through cybersecurity or knowing about this cyber safety, there is a need for our kids to also come into the cyberspace, to get informed, to be educated, and also to learn, and also stay protected and protect others. So yes, as you rightly said, some countries have started, and I believe that is the right time for us to also get our kids involved into the cybersecurity.
The cybersecurity space for kids, the understanding of it, is it like how you are taught, or there's a way to teach the kid to be able to understand what goes on in the cybersecurity world?
All right, thank you. So most importantly, yes, the kids, we have model for the kids. Definitely, they are not going to start from where the adults are. But you should even know that even some of the kids are even smarter than some of the old guys. Why? Because for them, their brains are very sharp and all those things. But we have a level, an entry level for them where they start from, where they start their curriculum before they get to a level. So yes, you cannot just start giddy with them. It depends on the age bracket. So if you could see now at my side, I'm doing free cybersecurity training for kids every Sunday. And what we do is that we are starting with programming, so that they start programming, then they start becoming to understand some operating systems, then they graduate to the internet and its safety and its protection. Why? Because today, now we advise that the kids go online to learn. While they are online, are they protected? Do themselves know how to protect themselves? Are they able to fish or detect that this kind of thing is a trick or attack on them? Today we talk about child harassment, we talk about the catfishing, we talk about the faming, we talk about the child bullying, cyber bullying for kids, all those things. Are the children aware of these things? Do they know that all the people they meet online are not genuine? How do they know that they can't just buy anything with their parents' credit card and other details? So all those things are things that we look through, and we make sure that they understand their safety, they understand what goes on, what actually it is, not asking what they feel the internet is. Today they feel that, oh, I can just take mommy's phone and go online and do anything myself. I can take any picture of myself and post. Do they know about the future dangers? Do they know that the internet never forgets? Whatever they do today is still online for them in the next future? You see, so all those things are things that I think that it should descend down to the children, not only to the ICT. Now, today we always look for computer literacy for kids, but we are also talking about the security aspect for these children. So yes, it's in a rightful direction for us to look into it, and I believe that it will get to a time whereby at least there would be a topic under our ICT session in schools for this case, what talks about this internet safeties and computer cyber security a little bit at the children level or at the kids level.
Okay, as you speak to these kids, like, are they enthusiastic about it? Are they lost? How is their reaction to all of this that you do with them?
Yeah, so what happened is that some of them, when you start training them, start talking to them, they are lost to say, and they didn't think that they would have something like that online, whilst they just on Facebook, someone has all these intentions to just scam them or to dupe them. And also some of them are very passionate about these things, and it will interest you that the level of passionate or the level of effort these kids are ready to put in. You know, sometimes these kids today are this tech savvy, or they love this IT gadget. So we're also looking at a stand whereby they will not entirely, you know, come onto the cyberspace and forgetting their basic necessities, basic needs, basic assignment. Because you know, this kids, the moment they get those gadgets, laptop, they decide to stop doing everything.
Every other thing they
whenever
get
you see them is with on their device. So yes, we have time for them. So if you look at our schedule, our program, you have all the weekdays to go to school. You have Saturday to do your assignments given to you, over the weekend to do your house chores. Sunday after church, you come and it's like add up skills to whatever you are learning in school. Yeah, so I believe that we have to also, now I know that today, you know, robotics, kids are getting massively into robotics, kids are getting massively into it. So we have the STEM education, all those things. So I believe that it's a time for us to also train our kids in the security way, for their safety first, and also for them to stand in a position whereby they can defend themselves, and even as far as also defending others online today.
Okay. And I mean, as you teach them as a country, what do you think we should be doing to be able to get, of course, we teach IT in schools and even across the country. Not everybody has IT in the public schools. Yeah. Maybe we have laptops to be, or computers to even be working with. There are lack of IT teachers, you know, and so it makes it difficult. And so it will just be privileged to a group of people, you know, a group of kids in a certain area. But as a country, how can we use IT and cybersecurity, I mean, that space to help our kids, even as they grow up, you know, in that space? All
right, thank you. Before I come there, see, there's one thing, there are so many things that has been done, it's affecting the country. Talking about these scamming cafe boys, Yahoo boys, it's all, when you should do the analysis very well, you go to these places that these kids or these youth engage themselves in these things. Most of them are youth, most of them are children. You see that they started doing this at class 4, 5. You go to these cafes, you see now the chairmen are in their houses and the kids are now occupying the cafe and they are using these things. So yes, we need to look at how we talk to them about the dangers of it, and make sure that they look at the internet or the computer sitting before them in a different perspective, in a different narrative. They shouldn't think that, oh, doing scamming is the only way to make it or to make money, but other ways, right? So that's some of the things that we should be able to know, let the kids understand, or let the kids know. Now, coming back to your question, I believe that now, yes, first of all is education, and I believe that the Ghana National Cybersecurity Authorities and other authorities, the education side, they are doing their possible best to promote this. But we should also look at it from the children side or the kids side, whereby we should empower them, we should add it. I believe that where we can start from is from our education side, whereby we can kind of infuse. That's why I said that even a topic talking about cybersecurity or internet safety, even that kind of things, narrative. We have a workshop, we have a seminar for kids. It becomes a national dialogue where kids have a pool to sign on to talk about all these things, are able to get informed, get education, know even some of the platforms, how to fish out some platforms out, you know. And I believe that when we are able to do that as a nation, we are grooming the kids from the childhood and they grow with it. So the option of cafeing, scamming is not it's not never an option for them, because they have seen that, oh, we can use the internet for A, B, C, D in the future to make it more than what others are even doing.
Okay.
You understand? So that is another level where we can take it from. So we have that national dialogue on it. We try to add, I think that now the YOCO and other government authorities are doing their best. They go to schools to teach them, talks about cyber security.
Okay.
I'm praying that it shouldn't be limited to only the cities, but it should rather also go down to the rural areas, not only Accra, Kumasi, not only Takoradi or Boase. It should go down to Yankpanduru, it should go down to BBN, it should go down to the people over there, so that we have that equal. Because I know that some of the authorities we do for schools and others who are doing. So I believe that we shouldn't just sit in Accra here, but we should descend down to the case and not only talking to them, but we should resource them, right? We should, at least the library of those schools should be kind of, because now internet computers are available. Let's try to make it available to the kids and train them in that perspective.
I mean, you may be even shocked that even in Accra, not everywhere, I mean, in the greater Accra region, I should say, not even everywhere, that there's, you know, there are resources like that for IT training. And as you said, as a country, we've been saying that IT is the future, you know, AI, whatever thing is here right now. We need our kids, we need ourselves to be even immersed in it. And our kids will be the future leaders, need to understand these things. And if it doesn't happen like that, then, you know, we are in trouble. So if you just tuned in, you're watching The Morning Rush. Today we're having a very interesting discussion about kids in cybersecurity. And of course, DK Cyber is our guest, and we're live on Facebook and Metro TV. Gonna join us for this wonderful conversation. But DK, so as you mentioned, when you introduce kids to something, they're excited about it. They want to explore. They want to get into different figures and go and tell their friends that, yo, I found this thing, I did this. Is it not a step that needs to be, we need to be very, very careful about, because there are a lot of dangers on social media or on the internet. Pornography, you know, getting into hacking and all of those things. How do we make sure that our kids stick to what we are teaching them, the positive or the right side of cybersecurity, and not turn over to the other side?
All right, so if you look at some of the things in a small way we do, I have a program for free adult in cybersecurity, and that we show them what they should show their kids, because I believe that the parents also play a massive role in this. It's not only the teachers, not only the state, but you, the parent, also play a massive role in this. So you yourself need to know how to protect yourself, and then also talk to your children about these things. Now, when it comes to training these kids into this cybersecurity, we have platforms, you know, even we have some age that doesn't even need to use Google. We have kiddie search for kids. You understand? But they don't know. All that they know is that my daddy is using Google. So he takes the phone and also go to Google. So when, as a parent, he gets to know that you're able to download certain things for your kids. We have some filtering app. We have some filtering extensions that even the child use Google or Chrome, we can put on there. It filter the child. We have some enhancements, some tools to enable in your security button at Chrome side, to make sure that your kids, those pornographic things that didn't reach to them.
But DK, this thing you're talking about, even the adults are not tech savvy.
So that's what I'm saying, that if you look at our program, in as much as we are training the case, we also have free session for the parents, not as in diving into cybersecurity as for their job per se, but for them to know about these things. So last time we did that on Saturday for the parents, and we did a kids one on Sunday, right? So because there's a need for the kids to come in, whatever decision you take, there are some steps that you have to take to mitigate their risk level. So when it comes to the kids, we have ways that we teach them, and ways that what they have to know online today. There are some platforms your children doesn't need to be on. An example, and I'm not afraid to say, is Snapchat. You don't
Snapchat?
Need, why would your kid go on a Snapchat? For what?
I don't want to take pictures.
No, for what? Snapchat for what? So we have some age level that your children should. So we have some apps, platforms that your children doesn't need to go there. Even we have some buttons to enable on YouTube to get some search for your kids. We have, so, you know, it's a conscious effort. And I believe that we have to do more. So you, the parent watching us, needs to know about these things. Today, you can go online and Google how to protect my children online. They can give you measures with even pictures that you can follow up yourself, right? Then you can also navigate through with your kids. But when the kid comes, we talked about the safety first. We are not just training them into it. We make them understand the dangers online, why they shouldn't use that and they should use that, why they shouldn't open that link, but they should open this link, and their safety online. So after talking to them, they now understand that, wow, so that means that Facebook wasn't there like that. I can just do anything on Facebook. So I think that is a conscious, and I think it's education. That's what we're saying. So it starts from our homes, it goes to our schools. So our ICT teachers should also try to also learn about this internet safety, even if not cybersecurity, internet safety, whilst you also help the kids in that, so that it helps them. Because today, if you like it or not, the kids are going to use these smart devices, smart gadgets, and the only option we are left with today is that how they can protect themselves. You understand? Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get some global statistics here, so that it will guide our conversation with respect to kids getting into IT. So as I saw, it says that cyber crime against children is surging. So this is cyber crime against children, as you're saying. Kids will get online, get to do a few things. They wouldn't know that they're being scammed or whatever thing.
Or bullied.
Yes, or bullied. And that is on a surge. And the FBI records that from 2015 to 2020, and in 2020 alone, the crime against children increased by 144%.
Yeah. You see,
for teen, okay.
You come. I wanted to say that. You see, now the point here is that if I want you, or I want to affect you, I want to scam you, there are possibility that you, the adult, or you have much knowledge about these things. There are some links you wouldn't click. But if I try to become a friend for your child, with your child or your daughter online, and try to tell them, oh, you know what, is daddy around? Can you get daddy phone to download this game? And that game your child is downloading has an exploit in it. Okay. So through your child, I'm getting you. You understand?
Okay, that makes sense.
So the dangers for kids today is very high. It's very high.
Yeah, and even for teenagers, when you get into a certain age, as we all know, they want to interact with others, and especially for the ladies, when you get onto the internet and you have other people who are unscrupulous getting onto the internet and saying that, hey, I like you, do this, go take mommy's card, or go take, all of those things. Yes. Or leave home, come and see me. All of these dangers. Those are some of the dangers that the report, as I'm reading the statistics, talks about, and we need to be very careful about that. Now, as you're saying, another crucial role is the parents, as you have mentioned. What should parents do as you teach them? You've talked about making sure that they sanitize, or they could restrict some things on the internet. But what really should parents do? Should they be there guiding their kids all the time, or they should just do the restrictions and say that, do the rest? No.
Now parenting is at fourfold to me. Okay. That's the home, the school, the church, or your religious background, and also online.
Okay.
So home, school, religious, and online when you are parenting your kids, right? So it's not just about filtering all those things on the phone. No, we always say that even be all the social platforms your children are on, be their friends. Yes, you have to be. And the email they are using on your phone, you create for them. You can create.
So the password and get to yourself.
You can create Kate's email. You, the parent, you have an adult. You can create Kate some for your child.
Really?
And all notification comes through the parent. So if you said to your child not to go on Facebook, and you have a notification coming from Facebook, you can quickly go and take your child's phone and block it. Based on, I'm just using Facebook as an example. So if you have warned your child, don't go on TikTok, and the son goes on TikTok, sign into the TikTok, they will send you notification to your side because you created an account for him, right? So we have it from there. You're able to even control your children. But what we are saying is that be your children's friend on social platforms, so that you even know the kind of friends that your child has. Some of your children comes home, they are like angel. They come home very decent. But when you go on social media, what they do, you wouldn't like it. And you are not there, so they can do anything they want. Well, so if your child know that, oh, mommy is here with me, it's like the child in the house, you are in the house with the child. Your child can't do anything. Or you can't do anything bad because your presence is there. The same thing online, let your child feel your presence there. It shouldn't be like your children are even rather showing you, navigating you around. You understand? So that's why it's becoming, I wouldn't say, I think I want the right word to use, but it's becoming important for the parents to also get involved into these tech stuffs you are saying. Or if you can't, there's either your senior brother who can supervise the case. Like for me, if my mother can't, he can instruct me, oh, David, I want you to make sure that your other younger siblings are okay. You understand? So if your parents, you can't, there would be an uncle, there would be a brother that you can fall on to help you in this regard. If you can't, you understand? So all those things are measured. So today we should know that parenting is not just home, but now internet has become part of them, because the statistics that says that almost about 73% of kids today use those smart gadgets. Some of them they own it, some of them for their parents. You leave it behind for them. Some of them, even if they don't want the kids to go out, they give them the device.
So that they stay indoors.
And you wouldn't know what they are doing over there. And sometimes you have to also check the history of whatever. If it's a computer, a mobile phone, check the history so that you know all the platforms that you have visited. So in case you are advising them, you can advise them on some certain things not to do or to do. Because today, whether we like it or not, the point here is that they are going to be online. So we need to be very careful and know how we can protect them. I know it's not easy. Me sitting here like this, possibly I know a lot. That's why I'm saying it easy like that. But anything that you are doing, because even training your kids in the house is not easy. It has never been easy.
With all the pressures of life now, you know.
We are inviting more. So we have to be ready to be able to do it. If not, you invest, work 24/7, and your kid today will be messed up online. Lastly, there's a story, just 30 seconds. I was coming from the Volta region. I met a young girl. She was in the car, and when the mate asked her to pay, she started crying. And I asked her why. She said, was it TikTok? She said she met some friends. So she actually was coming from Medina, left all the way to Volta region to see someone. The person has sent them pictures. Young teenage girl, I think around 14, 15 years. And only God knows what they have done to this lady before she sat in the car. And apparently the money she sent, they've taken it, done whatever they would do to her. And for her, that she was even, she had a grace on her to even have them put her into the car to come back. If they have done you something. These are some of the things happen. Your children leave house today, those tracking systems, they ask you, they tell you they are going to school. They've met someone online they are going to visit. So please, we have to be very careful.
Well, so that's a lot for the morning already. Very, very insightful conversation about kids and cyber security, and also how we can make sure our kids are on the right path of the internet. David, DK Cyber, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, you
don't call me David on this show.
It's DK
Cyber
that's it,
on this show. All right, thank you so much for coming through this morning. All right, so that's a conversation on kids and cyber security. DK Cyber.